Governor Whitmer today putting pen to paper to repeal Michigan's 1931 law banning abortion. The passage of Proposal 3 made the 1931 law moot, so this was largely a symbolic moment. The mood was upbeat, but not everyone is celebrating today. Paula Tutman spoke with two women who have different views on the abortion battle.
We know this is very polarizing, which is why we wanted to take a look at two very different points of view. Today in Birmingham, the repeal of the 1931 law that bans abortion in Michigan. With a stroke of a pen, the law is now off the books. In an exclusive sit-down interview with Governor Whitmer prior to striking down that law, the governor says she believes the momentum is on the side of reproductive rights, as evidenced by what's going on around the country.
After what happened in Wisconsin yesterday, after what we saw in Kansas about a year ago, this is a fundamental freedom that people have come to expect and rely on and are willing to fight for.
But striking down that law is felt very differently by different women. Taylor Hale, a rising reality personality, the first black to win the reality show Big Brother last year, says that she was terrified for herself and her peers when Roe v. Wade was struck down and the 1931 law banning abortion in Michigan hung in the wings.
As a 28-year-old woman, there are so many ways that the world tries to encroach on my ability to have control over my own body.
She believes passionately that the governor and abortion right advocates are correct to fight for legal and safe access to abortion care.
There are so many other people in this world, men specifically, that don't have to question what they can or cannot do with their bodies. Women my age are at crucial points, pivotal moments where they are maybe building families or maybe they're furthering their careers. But to have control over what we do with our own bodies is so pivotal to what we decide to do with the rest of our lives.
But attorney Rebecca Kiesling was visibly pained by the repeal of the abortion ban this morning.
She doesn't want to recognize people like me. She doesn't want to think about people who are alive today because they were protected.
She says it was that law that saved her life.
I learned at 18 that I was conceived in rape when my birth mother was abducted in Livonia by a serial rapist. My birth mother told me that if abortion had been legal, she would have aborted me. And in fact, went to illegal abortions and only backed out because of the fact that it was illegal and fear for her own safety.
During our sit-down interview, I specifically asked Governor Whitmer about Rebecca and others who believe banning the ban is not a day to celebrate. She says women shouldn't have to make those difficult choices. They should have this choice.
And that's what this is really all about, making sure that every young woman and person has the ability to make the choice that is right for them.
Paula Tutman, Local 4.